trust nobody. I don't even trust my mind. I'm losing everybody. They can never take the grind. People always switching sides. People always in my line. Never ask me how I'm doing. They just wanna waste my time. See, I don't hate nobody. Just stay up on my life and I won't hurt nobody. So just stay up on my sights. People always pull me down. Labels told me that I drown. When you living how I'm living, all these leeches come around. So we don't trust nobody. We don't even trust our minds. We're losing everybody. From them drugs to suicide. I was always getting high. Never took a look outside. I was living in the dark, thinking I would never shine. No, I got everybody. If I want it, then it's mine. See, I help everybody. I gave it back when it was time. I was broken, I was down. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was fighting in the trenches with no one ever around. So fuck everybody. If you want it, come and get it. I won't hurt nobody. I'm a motherfucking menace. I was showering at the school. I was sleeping out the Civic. I was skipping all my meals. I was reaching all my limits. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust my mind. I'm losing everybody. They can never take the grind. People always switching sides. People always in my line. Never ask me how I'm doing. They just wanna waste my time. See, I don't hate nobody. Just stay up on my life and I won't hurt nobody. So just stay up on my sights. People always pull me down. Labels told me that I drown. When you living how I'm living, all these leeches come around. They robbed all my money and I'll never get it back. I don't find nobody, cause I'm coming fucking back. I just listen to my lawyers, but the judge don't listen back. See, they got this full disclosure and they coming for my neck. You don't know shit about me, so just give me my respect. All the music that I made, I ain't never got a check. I've been doing all this shit with like 2 hands behind my back. I just focus on my shows, cause that's the only thing that's left. You don't know shit about me, it's the reason why you don't come around me. You scared of me cause I'm talking loud. You can blow that smoke, won't come around me. You can talk that shit but don't know about it. See, I see that shit but I don't talk about it. But I will scream and I'll still be rowdy, cause it's 5 years and I don't know shit and I'm still drowning like fuck.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you're at. What's going on, guys? I been up for a couple hours now. I was streaming on YouTube and I streamed on Twitch, and then, like I said, start the day off gaming, and then it's just a smooth transition over here. We can get things rocking and rolling. Not too much has changed. That's usually the traditional statement when I do a back-to-back daily live stream. But let's go ahead and switch over here. Give me 1 secondo. Alrighty. What's going on, guys? Good morning. At least for me. It's 7:48 a.m. I've been up since 3:35. Raj, what's going on, man? Keep it real. What's going on? Issa, what's going on? How you guys doing? Changed. So I still don't have like a actual opinion on which way this is gonna go. I'm expecting this still to try to put in that higher high on BTC. Like I said, for anybody that missed the live stream yesterday, let me go ahead and just break down just what current trades are open, what trades are potentially going to be opened, and then obviously we can kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and start on the macro level here. All right, so our biggest is if we get back down below 109,000. Okay, that is currently our most immediate structure. All right. So if we do happen to get down below there, especially with the breakout that we've had, to me, that wouldn't be a good sign for bullishness going into the future. Of course, that's an ABC. Um, we can go ahead and mark that out here. We got A to B to C. And once again, the reason why, in particular, I think ABCs work is because we had a breakout above a major resistance. And traditionally, if things are going to be super bullish, we would see a continuation afterwards. Now, at that moment in time, we definitely could still be doing that. All right. That's why I said if we get back down below 109,000, it wouldn't be good. At the moment, everything that's happened so far is looking like a retest of previous resistance and trying to confirm support for continuation to the upside. But if we do happen to get back down below that, it really doesn't spell a good thing for Bitcoin. Now, in terms of like immediate trades, what I have open, we have the long position off of the smaller ABC found here. Okay. And so far, so good. We are working out. Main reason for this is we had a breakout above the major resistance. We have come back down. We have found support. So we got the entry off of that. Now, what's next for me is going to be able to find a short hedge position. Now, the only way that I see that happening is if we come back up and put in a higher high than 123,257. If we do that, let me make sure my mic is on here. Yep. Okay. If we do that, I will be grabbing a short off of that level. Now I need to see the price go above and then back below that level. All right, I'll probably be using somewhere around like a 1.5% stop loss. Just kind of depends on what we're thinking. But at the moment, we only have a long. We don't have any shorts. I don't know if I'll prematurely take. So we talked about this yesterday. Technically, if we did get back below 112,000, that would be a short entry. I think I'm going to be patient and I'm going to wait for the larger one just because of how that area is going to work if we don't put in the higher high. If we don't put in the higher high for BTC, and we do come back down to retest, well, this is going to turn into a larger ABC structure, which definitely could be a problem. And the reason for that is if I did try to play this entry here, right, it lines up exactly where the long entry over here is. So if price action does decide to continuously kind of slide back and forth between this region, that's going to be a lot of knockouts. So if I kind of space out those two entries, if that is what is going to happen, hopefully it minimizes the loss in that area before we actually make a decision on where we're going to go. Now, if you're in the bullish camp of things, this isn't a bad thing. Us coming back down and retesting that previous resistance, especially with a larger bullish structure such as this, if we do happen to confirm support off of it and get back above the region, to me, that really screams bullish. I think we could go on another potential run, probably into the 30s, which obviously a lot of people are super excited about. For me, I just go where the price can take me. All right, I will take this long position and I will hold it forever if price just keeps going up. I don't have a plan on taking my profit until price action gives me a reason to. All right, so we'll see how everything goes. I'm not too eager to go into a bull market because I don't think we're quite there yet. I mean, if you look at this as a whole, what we've done so far is nothing short of miraculous. Bitcoin traditionally has not worked in this way. All right, we barely had a bear market. We had no sideways correction besides like right here for a couple months. We've been in pretty much a straight up for a long period of time. So as you can see, these consolidation periods are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and the market is starting to get thin. So to me, it's only a matter of time before we do actually hit the official top. Now, of course, I'm not a bear. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to zero, but coming back down and retesting these previous local lows is not unheard of. And like I talked about yesterday, if we did see some sort of retracement, macro wise, I really am not expecting anything below the $50,000 mark at this point in time, especially. Now, if, things were looking bearish and we weren't really holding strong and we were back up here, or back below at like 73,000, that's when 38,000 to 25K would make more sense to even talk about. Now, if we get down to 50K, of course, I'm going to have to mention those numbers a little bit more often because they are something to watch out for. But at this moment in time, the immediate response would be if we get back below 109,000, well, then more than likely price is wanting to go back down and retest the 75K region. But we're still in a state of flux, and we're definitely, at this moment in time, based on my trades, still bullish. All right, until something changes, that's just like a heads up. Litecoin did exactly the thing that I was really expecting. Now, Litecoin is in a bearish position. All right. So we are seeing the patterns kind of form across the board for a bearish position. Litecoin, conveniently, was actually the only coin that gave me any inkling of bullishness in the market just a couple weeks back. We were kind of sitting at this low point over here, and we had a nice ABC structure, but at the same time, we were missing the C wave. We had an A, we had a B, and I was saying, well, it really looks like the market wants to put in that C wave. And so far, we've done that. So now we have an ABC to the upside. We do have a lot of macro overhead resistance around 139. And then at the immediate time frames, we are currently sitting in a bearish position, confirmed to the downside. All right, we have A, we have B, and we have C. Okay, so as long as we are below 122, that does scream to me that we are going to go down into a retest. All right, so whether or not BTC follows, that's a different story. I think XRP is something I do want to continuously take a look at from here on out. Which is really wacky for me to say. That's not something that would typically leave my mouth. So we do have the macro ABC here. But in terms of like immediate time frame trades, there's nothing really on the board. Now, if you want to cut down to like maybe a 1 hour, you could say like, well, there's an ABC right here. And yes, there is. So not something I'm going to take part in, but there is a trade there if you are a smaller time frame trader. Could you share your Twitch link here? Sure. I'll probably be live on Twitch after this as well. In terms of like viewership, I think Twitch for gaming at least is going to be the way to go. Because I mean, Twitch is centered around gaming anyways, and it would just be a lot easier for people to find me, especially on the game that I am playing the most at the moment. So that's probably where I'll be after this. John, what's going on, man? Hello. Wiley Coyote. Hey, Dilio Kiderino. What's going on, man? How you doing? Harold, what's going on? Hello. Probably gonna cook some more ramen after this too. I cooked some when I woke up. And listen, I'm gonna get. It's probably like I'm probably gonna die of a heart attack. But in terms of like price to performance, I love it. I don't know why it took me so long to like try these things, but I've been doing Tried bulldog ramen. I tried nong shim. Probably bad pronunciation, but hey, it is what it is. Um, and just I'm not like when I told my friend Monk about this, he was like, "You think you're such a chef, don't you?" I'm like, "No, I'm just adding stuff. That's all I'm doing." But I've been eating plain noodles my entire life, and finally I worked up the courage to throw a slice of cheese in, and you know, I yeah, like a tablespoon of butter, a slice of cheese, um, and like a tablespoon of yum yum sauce. It's phenomenal. And you get like some sort of spicy ramen with it, dude. I can't get enough. Like I said, I'm gonna die an early death, but it's gonna be worth it. LA 87. Hello, Kite. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. Well, I should say I'm doing okay. But we're doing human things day by day, and pretty here shortly, maybe next month or so. I'll be back on an ADD prescription, and that should definitely help the streams. It's gonna help me in all facets of life. I will say, like in the past, like I did have my issues with ADD medication, um, but like just doing so much research on it, like I kind of scared myself sideways with like the potential side effects. So I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm very excited for it.
I'll spend my life, I won't save a vengeance on my plate. Can't watch it go all astray. I won't succumb to anger.
Literally had the blood machine thingy at the doctor scream at me on my checkup. Had a burger the day before and the fat alarm went off on it. I mean, hey, it's the things that we love that will kill us. What's crazy though is like right now, I'm not hungry. Which is at least for me. So like with like top ramen and like maruchan, I could eat those like 7 in a row and still be hungry. But you know, all the stuff combined, I eat it, I'm good for a couple hours. So I don't know, just like the cost to performance for me, uh, on the higher end ramen is nuts. Like you can't beat it. You're full for a couple hours, and it's dirt cheap. I might have to start offsetting it with fasting here. The fasting's definitely gonna become a lot easier when I get my medication because it makes it so you're not that hungry anyways. Ooh, the spy is so close to putting in a potential popping out pattern here. Yeah, like I mean, if anybody asks me about intermittent fasting, I will be the first person to tell you that like it is 100% worth it. And there's nothing but benefits about it. Like intermittent fasting to me is something that allows you to eat the food that you enjoy, but give your body enough time to equalize so that you don't die. Like that's pretty much what it is. Like there's so many benefits. There's BDNF release in the brain. Um, neurogenesis. There is autophagy, but autophagy doesn't really start unless you do like a 2-day fast. Like that, people, tout autophagy as like the best benefit of intermittent fasting, but you really don't fast long enough for it to really start, anyways. But like, when I was like 19 or 18, I weighed pretty much the same exact I weigh right now, like 205 pounds. And I did intermittent fasting for 4 months straight. And it was the hardcore one. It was 4-hour eating window. 20-hour fasting window. And obviously, you just drink as much water as your body needs during those 20 hours. And what's crazy is obviously the physical benefits are awesome. I got way better sleep. Um, Obviously, I looked a lot better. My skin, energy levels were up. And once again, I didn't change anything about what I ate. I just changed when I eat. So obviously, I did eat less because of it. But like, trust me, when that 4-hour mark hit and my window opened, boom, smashing down Cokes, chicken tenders, fries, burgers. Like I just made sure I got what I needed. And the health benefits are awesome, but like the mental benefits are what like. It's crazy to think about, but like thinking about the person who was fasting versus now, it's like two separate people. The way I thought, my reactions to things, it's worth it. 100% worth it. Now, unfortunately, like the transition period is where it gets me. Like, especially like when I go out like door dashing and stuff, like I just have immediate access to all this nice food. And it's very hard for me to say no. I've seen the word and I probably have eaten it before, but you know, I have never tried this. I've seen the word though. I'm gonna be honest. To me, it doesn't look appetizing, but I would have to eat it first. Yeah, I would have to try it just to give it a fair shot. Big world event coming in. I mean, that is kind of the thing that happens, right? A lot of the times we're looking at these charts and we're saying, hey, look, there's a big, ABC on the SPY here. And, if something happens, well, something happens. Now, the good thing is, all right, for anybody that like has like a 401k or something that they can like easily trade. Let's say we did have an economic catastrophe. That is more than likely 100% where it ends. And that's why I love looking at charts, because you can see it. Like, obviously, is it going to happen? Well, we don't know yet. We're not fortune tellers, but we have an ABC. And then we have our logical local low where the price is going to go. So we'll see. We'll see if something happens. Hopefully it's just not a war. That would suck. But hey, I mean, the way things have going, Ukraine invaded. I mean, Russia and you invaded Ukraine. Price went up. We dropped bombs on Iran. Price went up. So I don't know. Maybe if we go to war, things we go into a hyperbolic bull market. If that's what it takes, man, I don't want it. Keep me in a bear market. Do you play RTS games like Warno or Broken Arrow? I haven't heard of those, but I mean, I've played RTS games, but as of recently, no. I talked about this on the gaming stream yesterday, but it really sucks, having ADD, because it's hard for me to find enjoyment out of the slower paced games. Like when I had my ADD prescription, my Adderall, you sit me in front of a screen, you give me a controller, and you say like, hey, play through God of War. And I will take my time. I'll read all the exposition. I'll pay attention to the cutscenes. I'll stop and look at the scenery. I'll, attempt it, all like the trials and stuff like that. I'll like, I'll complete the game and I'll 100% enjoy it. But then when I'm not medicated, you sit me in front of Ghost of Tsushima, which I absolutely adore that game, but it's like even if I do attempt to complete it, I'm just beelining the campaign. And it just sucks because I can't find the same enjoyment with video games that are slower paced like that. But like Age of Empires, when I had my prescription, absolutely enjoyed that game. I played the hell out of it. How many hours do I have on it? Probably not a whole lot, but like in terms of like a game like that I played alone for the most part, 139 hours. Like I said, I pretty much played it solo. So for me, for an RTS game, that was a very long period of time. Anybody got any coins they're keeping secret? Any good setups? Anybody wants to go over? Did you try Death Stranding? No. My friend Monk, like he is the biggest supporter of that game. He absolutely loves it. And he's desperately wanting a PS5 so that he can play the new one. Um, but myself, I haven't tried it. I do own it because they gave it away for free on Epic. Um, I just haven't given it a shot. Maybe once I get my prescription, I'll boot it up. Can I look at gold? Sure. Gold has flatlined. This was our previous expectation for gold, and it's just been. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing for me to really talk about with gold because I mean it's just going sideways here. And unfortunately, there's nothing. There's no area for me to say like where I would want to go long or go short. Obviously, like on the smaller time frames, this was the area to long from. This was our most recent ABC structure. But we don't have a short. We would have to put in a higher high. Either here or obviously off of the all-time high here. So, yeah, until it makes a move, there's nothing really to say, unfortunately. Looking for a spot entry on Pinlink. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the macro had something, but we're so far away from that. Yeah, there's nothing to really look at on the smaller time frames. Ooh, barely by the skin of its teeth. We put in the lower low there. So, I mean, would have been a good entry. What was that? That was 54% afterwards. That was actually pretty nuts. Fart coin. I hate being here sometimes, man. And god dang it, dude. I hate to say it, but the chart looks good. Why? Son of a bitch. Alright, fart coin. For whatever reason, respects ABCs. Alright, we have an ABC top. We have the ABC transitional B here. And then we have ABC. So technically, I mean, if you wanted to get into a long on fart coin, the opportunity is there, and that sucks to say, but do what you will. So stupid, man. Dang it, dude. I was really hoping I was going to open that chart, and it looked terrible, but here we are. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Fart coin. Farts are looking real appetizing right now. Alright, let's see. Let's look at the DXY. Nothing too interesting on the DXY. We did have the macro ABC here. Looks like we are finding support off of it. Which is a bearish sign for Bitcoin. Now, like, we still have to get back above here, which I already tested it once and got rejected, so could be some more continuation to the downside, which would be good for Bitcoin. Too responsive on ADA. ADA just still hugging this bottom level here. More fell off a cliff. Probably some big drug lord finally cashing out from the dark web. This is the biggest scam. Talking about this yesterday, but I have 30-day contacts, and for the last 12 years of my life, I have probably had contacts in my eyes every day except for maybe like a month or two. So like I picked up these like re-wetting drops. They're supposed to like rehydrate your contacts, but I feel like they're a scam. They work initially, but then your eyes get drier, so then you have to keep using them. I will not be buying these again. I'm just gonna deal with it. so Litecoin is currently in its trade. Ethereum, we're still waiting on. Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it's, I mean, it's not going to have something to do for quite a while here. I think it's better just to wait and see. 'Cause obviously this level here, although missing out on a little bit of profits for a short, that would be 11%. It won't be too bad to just kind of wait it out and see what happens here. Neon Pilot, what's going on, man? How you doing? Not what I wanted. Keep typing O when I do that. I looked into LASIK. For me, it was $4,000, but because of my mom's genetics, I would have to get not LASIK, but starts with like a P, I think. Basically, instead of like lasers, they shave off a layer of your eye. So like that kind of gave me second thoughts, and then I just kind of waited it out. Just didn't end up doing it. Because for me, like my vision isn't like bad enough to really warrant that, and it's just kind of like a cost thing. It cost me $100 every 3 months, so $30 a month over the course of a year. That's $360. So in order to recoup the initial investment of LASIK, would be roughly like what 13 years of contacts. And of course, like, yeah, it probably would be better for the eye in general. I do know that a lot of places have where like you purchase it once and you can go in and get it adjusted. So I don't know. You know, it could be something I do in the future. I was kind of advised to wait a while. Because, you know, stuff can happen between 20 and 30. And it might be better just to get it done later in life. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. Let me look. Let me try to figure out what that is. PRK. PRK versus LASIK. LASIK creates a corneal flap, allowing for faster healing, while PRK removes the outer layer of the cornea, leading to a longer recovery, but potentially a safer option for some patients. Yeah, that's what I was told that I have to do. My mom had Fuchs, I think that's how it's pronounced, Fuchs dystrophy, basically like fluid buildup in the eye, leading to like more light refraction. And there's just a chance that I could get it or currently have it, but it won't develop until later. Thoughts on Filecoin? Really don't have any. Like I never really looked into Filecoin in terms of like an actual project. In terms of chart, macro wise, like based on our largest structure here, wouldn't it be a bad time to like, it's kind of in the same position that KDA is. It seems like Filecoin needs a hyperbolic bull market in order for it to do well. But in terms of structure, like if we're going purely based off the chart here, as long as we are above 238, I would say it's a safe option. Like we have the support here that we need. And of course, I mean, if we pop from here, we go back up and retest our recent local highs. Well, we're looking at here and here, and that's quite a bit of money. You know, from where we're currently sitting, that's a couple 100%. That's 400%. So, I mean, it's a far cry from its tippy tops. That was $200 at one point. We had a nice ABC top with a gentle kiss of a retest, and then everything fell apart for it. I don't know. I don't know if the project's dead or whatever, but that's what I see. Scared retina for me, unfixable currently, I guess. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm ready to go cyborg. Like, okay, hear me out. I totally understand when people talk about, like, with Neuralink or something like that, people being able to hack it, or if you get cyber legs, people making you walk into traffic or whatever it might be. And I'm sure there's going to be safeguards. You know, people are going to be like, well, the safeguards are for the public, but the government, like if you don't pay your taxes, they're going to make you walk to jail. I get that. But my whole point is that, like, everything has been done for the most part. You know, you think about like the pioneers, where people traveled oceans and found new places and discovered new stuff. You know, people went to the moon. Obviously, people are going to go to Mars at some point. Like, all of it has kind of been done, and it would be really cool to be a part of something that actually advances humans. You know, you get what I'm saying? So, like, if someone came to me and it was like, hey, you want to install like a beta version of Neuralink or a competing brand or something like that, and they're like, hey, you got like a 10% chance that you're just going to spontaneously combust, I'd be like, sure. You know, like, that's a small enough risk, but a big enough payoff. I guess I'm kind of ridiculous. Maybe some people don't see it that way, but it's like, you know, I just would like to be a part of something that does progress things forwards for human. Maybe I'm ridiculous. And it's, I mean, it's kind of a lazy way of going about it, right? Like, I don't have to really go do anything. But like, if someone was like, hey, you want to sign up for a beta test that's going to like possibly change the way things work? Sure, yeah. Yeah, I do. Is it going to give me cool potential? Can I start my stove burner from my room? Hell yeah. I mean, it was always going to end up that way, right? Because, like, when you break it down to its core, like, what is a computer? All right, it's electricity running through circuits. All right, saying yes or no. All right, what is a human? Well, it's a organic circuit. Pretty much everything in your body is like electrical impulses. So, you know, really no difference. We're just kind of homegrown computers, which is crazy. Okie doke. friend just hopped on. And like I said, I'll probably be live on Twitch here. You can find me. I have not used this Twitch in years. I don't even know if any of these links still work. That still works. Oh, I think I need to reset this up. Got my Twitter. Oh, this is my old computer. Does it still have the case on it? No. It's so cool to see. What is inflating this price so much? No shot. I guess it's because they're out of stock. Probably going to like resellers, hiking up all the prices. I don't think that's sad to say. I think that's cool to say, man. All right, guys. I'm going to head off for today. Yeah. I've been doing the whole thing where I stream video games when I wake up. You know, get my mind going and such. And then it's been kind of a smooth transition over to the crypto side of things. So, once again, I know I suck with being here every single day. Hopefully things change in the future. But be on the lookout for the little notification whenever I do decide to show up. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. And we'll keep it going. All right, guys. Let's do the thing and we can transition. Bye.
Shit for my soul. If you ain't here, play it backwards, yeah. If you ain't see it, look faster, yeah. If you ain't feel it, move past it, yeah. If you ain't got it, get after, yeah. Doubt leads to disaster. Things change, they don't last. Yeah. I don't care about my past much. I keep moving, never backwards. I'm a wild one.